This is a quick run through of Studio 6, Livestream Studio 6. Now to start it up, this is what the icon looks like, and there's also an icon on the bar, lower bar, toolbar, whatever that is. Drag it on and get it to full screen. So first you have, this is normal preview and output. That's quite normal. To move things, there's a number of ways. Say you want, this is the welcome slide. If you left click on the welcome slide, it goes into preview. If you right click on the welcome slide, it goes into program, or what they call output. Now, the other way to do it, and this is what I do for media, is if you double click, then it goes into program, but it picks up whatever the settings are, whether it's cut or auto fade. This is actually a slow dissolve or a fade that we're in now, so it'll do that, and it'll do it at the beginning and the end. Now, the next thing to know is you can also do stuff like if you hit either cut or auto up here, cut will just swap sides, and then if you did auto, then it would be a fade in, so you could do it that way as well. Now the next thing to know is that when you're running a video, this does not do for the graphics, but it will do for a video. Whatever is in preview, once the video ends, then that is what will go into program, and it'll just swap them. So in this case, you've got the intro video, and you'll notice it goes red or yellow with 20 seconds left, red with 10 seconds left, and then it will automatically fade into, now this is actually a video as well, so if we left click on webcam 1, which would be what would be coming in from the ATEM video switcher, then that will automatically go to preview right, or program right there. Okay, so that's moving things around and doing this and that with them. Now we'll go over, this is shows all your inputs lined out so you can play with them. Now over here, inputs. This is a list of inputs, and this is where you can adjust them, add additional inputs, and also you can move them around. So I have them in their basic order, but you can move them any way you want. Okay, next we have audio, and this has all your different inputs. This is the audio for it, and the stream and record out. Sometimes they're together, and sometimes link to record out. So there'll be stream and record out. Now, when I give volumes that you're shooting for, this will cover YouTube, Facebook, and this is the output to the internet. And I am looking for something, and the numbers are not the best on this thing, but on your record out, I am normally looking for something from -5 down to about -15, and run it in maybe the -10 range. The nice thing about this is that since Facebook, YouTube, et al. Will take the audio and they'll level it out at about -14 LUFS, something in that range, on the loudness scale. So you don't have to do a whole lot of adjusting. You may have to, um, if you're going to have a big change in something that you know of, but normally the compressor will handle this output. So if someone's talking, you may have to raise. Now, do not change the volume on this on Studio 6. Do all your volume changes out on the XR16. But this is the range as far as going, and output is just right in here. Okay, the next thing, these are going across here. This is your intro slide, and this is where you can adjust it, like you can get rid of it, or this is your intro media. You can get rid of it, change it, or do a number of other things to it. This is the outro, again, same thing. And this is Media 3, which I have a CCLI. This is a CCLI video. Now, the other way to get to this is you can go, see that little gear right in there? And that'll get you the same thing. General audio levels on this and all kinds of different stuff. Now, over in this area, okay, this is stream. So this is all your stream information. So when you hit go live, then it'll show up and it'll start with this swirling arrow that chases its tail until it connects, and then it'll connect and say perfect stream. You can click on log, and the log will show you what's happened. Usually just says, twiddle my thumbs, and then it connects. One thing that's very important before you actually go live, well, it's good to have a name in here. Usually it's the current, and then whatever the date is, say November 1, 2020. And you can put that in. But the next thing is that you have to make sure that this, which is what they call program, and we've got one of these, and these are the different parts that you put into it. So they're separate programs, I guess. Now, you need to make sure that this and select event match, which right now they don't. So when you notice that, and you need to do this before you start streaming, otherwise you cannot change it. And some things will work this way, some things won't if they're mismatched, because they're sending it out to different locations. But all you have to do is click on the arrow, go to current. Now they both match. If you want to change them, click open and click on the classic. It'll take a minute. Okay, just moved over there on me. So that's a classic, and it's still twiddling its. Okay, yeah, and we've got the classic here. Usually it doesn't do that, but it did it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the current. Open, current. So usually when you're setting up before and then in between services, this is something you have to check, because sometimes they do not match. I have never had them so far, cross my fingers, change once you've got started on it in the middle of things. But it will change sometimes, like when you start it up, or it won't pick up the next one or the right one, or so then you have to go back and do that. Okay, so now we have the current and the current, so we're good. To record, click up here. I won't do it now. This is something you should do before you go live. Click on record. They are separate, so clicking on go live, there is a backup recording, but they are small. But this is the record you want to use in order to work with Comcast. So click on record and go live. You can either click up here or down here. Now the next part of these is, this is where if you want to create things, GFX1, or show them, this is highlighted so you can see if you turn it off it just goes blank. GFX2 doesn't look like it has anything in it at the moment, and GFX3 just has the thank you.